So when you have young kids, you have a family to support, and with one income, you can't really pay your bills. You're definitely looking forward to doing something to add value to the family income. And that's where you can start with small.
Yes.
Any passion you have, anything you really dream of doing, here's an opportunity. Start small.
What you're doing. But then one thing I understand is that everybody have the part that is aligned to them. Like you must know what you're good at.
I discovered that I was broke. That's what I discovered, you know?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I discovered. Like if your bank account doesn't motivate you, then what motivates you, right?
What I would just say to everybody out there is your 9 to 5 doesn't have to delay or disturb your side hustle.
Yes.
You know, and maybe the side hustle is really what you need to be the woman that you really need to be. News flash.
Yes.
9 to 5 doesn't make anybody a millionaire, period.
Yeah.
Welcome to Heroine Show. I am Blessing Ajayi and I'm the host today. I have here with the heroines for the week. And I have a heroine Adejishola. How are you?
Good. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. Heroine Mokshi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
And then we have our special guest today, who is Maria Caroline. How are you?
I'm fantastic and I'm so grateful to be here with you guys.
Wow.
Very excited.
It's a pleasure to have you in our midst today. Today is going to be a very fantastic discussion among women. We are talking women talk.
Nice.
Right? And our topic today is women in business, turning passion into profit. I know everybody will want to know, how do I do this? Because everybody want to make money, right? Everybody want to discover themselves. Yes. And you don't know how to discover yourself.
Yes.
Today, our special guest is going to take us through that journey. And probably all the heroines here going to connect on their personal lives on how they have been able to turn their passion. They turn their passion into, I call it blessing, right?
Absolutely.
Because when you be able to convert your passion to profit, that means good thing is coming. So women, be ready, everyone. So today, I want to welcome you again, Maria Carolina, for being in our midst today. Heroine is a very fantastic show where we discuss authentic matter. And then we expect everyone to open up themselves so that we can impact our viewers.
Absolutely.
And I want to know that, there's something about you being an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, all right? I don't know how long you've been in this business. Tell us what inspires you to be in this, you've been mentoring in this area. Tell us more about that. What inspires you?
Well, I like to start saying that I'm originally from Venezuela.
Okay.
I came 19 years ago to Canada. And you know how it's the journey for immigrants when we get started into it. I saw my parents owning business back home, and I came here to become an employee.
Wow.
It took me 10 years to actually take that leap of faith and say, I'm just going to start doing a business on my own. Mm-hmm. So, like when I decided to actually go into a business, I said, I have to just do it and take like the action with fear. I'm not going to tell you, I'm a single mom. My kids were 9 and 6 when I decided to go in business on my own. And I started in finances. And then I said, I got to start impacting people. My career is architecture, but you know how it is when you have a degree from other country, doesn't have the same value here.
That's right. You have to
So
upgrade yourself.
yes. And I was looking for ways, when you are ready, you get that message and you say, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take it. That was me. I just decided to go in business and do it. I don't know if I answered your question,
No, don't
but
worry, you're coming.
I gotta start from that point,
We are warming up. We
Yes.
are warming up. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will start with a quote that said, entrepreneur mindset.
Yes.
Success isn't about being the best. It's about always getting better.
Yes.
By Martin Luther. So having said that, there is something inside of a person. I would say there is something inside of a woman, a bold woman, who turned her passion into powerful business.
Yes.
There is something. You might have been looking for something, especially before you say, okay, now I'm going to focus in doing my business. Tell us, what did you discover and what inspires you?
I discovered that I was broke. That's what I discovered,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I discovered. Like, if your bank account doesn't motivate you, then what motivates you, right? So, having my 2 boys and seeing that I wasn't advancing in this country, it actually said, I have to do something. And then in my desire of growing, and I love impacting communities. Like, I love inspiring people. Like, I found that in the way of my purpose. And when I discovered that, I'm like, I gotta do something, because I had it in my blood. Like, I grew up seeing that on my parents. So I said, I gotta seek for something that gives me the opportunity to control my time and spend more time with my kids, because I was that mom that leave them in the daycare at 6 a.m, because that's when they open, until 6 p.m. when they close. That was the job that I was into. And
9 to 5 job.
It was a 9 to 5 job, but I was showing there before time, because we used to design Victoria's Secret, La Senza, Bath and Body Works. It wasn't designed in design field. And the factory opens very early. So I was there in the design area from very early time till late time. And I'm like, no, I gotta do something different. So it wasn't enough. You know how it is. Today is even worse, because paycheck doesn't last long. So people have to take that and just define with good mentors. Mentors are important. Define what you want to do in life, and then, find a path that can actually take you there and explore. You gotta be creative. You gotta be, be able to find some curiosity. You gotta have curiosity and find ways to take you to that next level. Every time, as you say, you want to become better, in that quote. Every day, one of my prayers that I do daily is, Father, please take me to that person, that place who can always help me to become better.
Nice of you. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. And I want to throw it to the heroine. We'll start from Heroine Dishala. We are all empowered, and all of you are business gurus. Give us highlight on that. How you turn when you discover and turn your passion to profit. Powerful woman in business.
Well, I don't know whether to call myself powerful woman in business, but like you said, you just gotta try. That's the thing. And your bank account has to motivate you, and your children has to motivate you.
That's it.
They grow too fast. And if you miss those formation years, it's not going to be good for you or for them. So for me, I'm actually in a 9 to 5. I'm in a 9 to 5, and I'm happy to say that I'm retiring.
Congrats! That's amazing.
You're clapping hand for her. There are people that are waiting there that don't want to retire.
I'm retiring. And my last day will be end of June. I'm super excited to be able to retire at this age. And I've always been an entrepreneur. When I was in Nigeria working in the bank, I would always travel, buy things, and sell. But when I came here, I was looking into 9 to 5, and I got it. And I'm super, super grateful for that.
Yes.
I put in a lot, and I got a lot, right? But now I'm taking it to for-profit. So I did a lot of non-profit because, again, something's got to motivate you.
Yes.
What motivated me with the non-profit was my lived experience. Like you said, we all have a story.
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to keep it like that. But now I'm going full throttle on into for-profit business because it's the way to go. Now I have the time, I still have the energy. And so what I would just say to everybody out there is your 9 to 5 doesn't have to delay or disturb your side hustle.
Yes.
You know, and maybe the side hustle is really what you need to be the woman that you really need to be.
Let me complete that phrase for you. So you're retiring from the job, but you continue in something that's bigger and impactful. 100%. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
You know, I'm just laughing because we also need to understand that when we retire, 9 to 5 job, you're sure of your salary. Right there at the end of the month is on your hand. I wake up one day and say, God, I'm working tirelessly. I don't even have it. I work more than 9 to 5 hours.
Yes.
But yet, I'm still pushing because the picture of what I'm creating is so big.
Exactly.
I don't even know when, but I know I'm moving. Right? So either way, there are also a place of courage in each of these parts.
Yeah.
But once you make up your mind, you will move and drive until you get your destination.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And just newsflash,
Yes.
9 to 5 doesn't make anybody a millionaire, period.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you today, you come look for me in the next 1 year and you're going to see.
I love it.
1 year.
Yes. Oh, I want to follow that. Yes.
That's the bold and powerful women
Right.
that we are. You have to be bold, be encouraged, and also that by working with people, talk about collaboration, partnership,
Yes.
can make you to go further. So, having said that, and in building businesses, I want you to tell us if there is any way you have been able to build a brand or overcome fears to chase all these your dreams.
Well, when it comes to branding, if we talk about, like personal branding, one thing that I use it even on my social media is empowering women immigrants. That's my number one thing. And that's always my focus.
Empowering women immigrant. I love that.
That's always my focus, 100%. I'm Spanish, and I see how people struggle when they come. Just being an immigrant in a different country.
Did you pass through those immigrant struggles?
Yeah, because at the beginning you are alone here. You had no family here, so you gotta do everything on your own. Then when I had children, that was even worse. That was even worse. And then I became single mom, so that was even worse. I was blessed enough to be able to bring my family here in 2017 from Venezuela. My brother, my sister, my nieces, everybody here. Yes.
Good for you.
And then I wasn't not alone anymore. Like Christmases started to be, full of people.
Yeah.
But those are challenges that we go through. And one big thing that we need to do as human beings, we gotta self-improve. This will take control of everything.
Yeah.
So that's how you actually become to be an overcomer of every situation. When you see challenges and you turn them into opportunity, things become manageable. I wouldn't say easier, but manageable. We are able to, move forward in life, 100%.
I know someone will be saying that, coming to, how did you even start? How did you start discovering yourself that, I have to move forward by not sticking to those circumstances that pull you down? Like, how do you move forward?
I don't think too much. I do a lot. And like one thing, like my personality, I would say is right personality. I act fast. And at the beginning, when I became an entrepreneur 7 years ago, it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was times that I sit down and cried. I only had money to pay my mortgage, but not for food. That's how tough it was at the beginning. So I knew that God was not gonna let me down. So my spiritual life is very strong, and it became stronger every day. I pray a lot so that it becomes stronger. That's one thing that I recommend people. Having a spiritual life, it will help you to go through the challenges. It's not that you're not going to have challenges, but it will help you get there smoother.
So I thank God you mentioned two things. One, you've been authentic. saying that it wasn't easy. There are many times, because some people are here now, we say, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like the toughness. Sometimes you pay your rent, but you're not able to pay your bills. But yet you believe that what you're doing will work.
Yes, faith.
And that's why the spirituality comes in, where you know that what did you believe?
Yes.
Is it working for you? So hold on that faith.
Exactly.
To move forward.
Yes.
So thank you. Heroines, do you have anything to put on that? Just to strengthen that aspect.
I just want to add two things. One, I always tell people that we need to be the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
You don't want to be Carolina. You don't want to be Heroine Blessing. You don't want to be Heroine Mokshi. You don't want to be Heroine Adejisola, because they're all taken. Be the best of yourself. Take that first step after the first step and the first step, and you will get there.
Yes.
Secondly, as a banker, now I'm saying I was a banker. I'm still a banker. Once a banker, always a banker. I usually say that banking is my profession, but community is my passion.
That's it.
But do you know what my slogan is now?
What is it?
Moving from banking, I'm saying expect everything or nothing.
That's it.
That's my slogan now.
Boy.
And I want you guys to think about it. Who are you, right? Be the best version of yourself.
Yes. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic.
100%. And you know what? We all come to Canada as immigrants, and it's a big challenge, especially when you come with young family.
Yes.
You just mentioned that you had young kids. So when you have young kids, you have a family to support, and with one income, you can't really pay your bills. You're definitely looking forward to doing something to add value to the family income. And that's where you can start with small.
Yes.
Any passion you have, anything you really dream of doing, here's an opportunity. Start small. Maybe start from home.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Start
Yeah.
from home, and that's what we have been trying to do. We have a non-profit organization, and the purpose of starting was to support newcomers, women, youth. And the purpose was to support their initiatives, whether it is a small business, starting as an entrepreneur, as a professional.
So I will hold it there. So
Yes.
because we want to go on break now. So we're going on break. Viewers, stay tuned. We're going on break. We'll be back soon.
The People's Blessing Show is back and better. Get ready for a whole new season of The People's Blessing Show. Meet real people with real stories and exceptional accomplishments. This is the People's Blessing Show Hall of Fame series.
Hall of Fame is a series to honor individuals who have made significant impact in our community.
Celebrating
A master's degree and make my way in the world. So educate.
Not a lot of people know about me and where I came from. So,
Join
I know
Reverend
you
Blessing
have series of
Ajayi in the Royal Room as she shines a spotlight on icons who have inspired our community to do better. This season promises to be inspiring, informative, and entertaining. Showing on the Black Community Canada Television every Sunday. Connect with us on socials at People's Blessing Show.
Hello, welcome viewers. We are back to our show from the break. Yes, to my heroines and our guest today. Thank you so much for the wonderful section we had. And I'm going to take you to another section that we break down, in different form of how we can demonstrate the part of our discovery, which is in the area of transforming your skills, creativity, in the business sector, right? So I will come to you, Caroline. I would say that in the business that you do, is that any time that you have to nurture, create it? There are different businesses. There are some you have to create, you have to format, you have to discover it. It's not that somebody discover it for you. Like, you have to actually discover it, create it, and make it to become what you want people to buy. And then also bring income out of it.
Right.
Is there any of the business that you are in that bring you to this drive?
See, at the beginning, I was not into making phone calls. So one thing that we have to develop is skills. Because when we know how to make a phone call, not to be afraid to make a phone call, how to get the yes out of the people, then that's a different story. So my first 3 years, I struggled like heck. I could have closed few deals here and there, but not so many. And it was like some people were saying yes, but then canceling next day, things like that. So I struggled a lot at the beginning. So what I did was to be ready and decisive to make the trainings for me. I went into YouTube for free and find ways to how to sell, how to make phone calls, how to be a person that communicates well with others. So it took me a little bit of time to get there. But I'm going to tell you, when we hit the COVID, that moment, it was like, it was a moment for me to like encounter and start learning things, to be creative, to learn how to get more clients, how to connect with people.
Self-discovery.
Yes, exactly. It was a self-discovery because I'm outgoing, but that doesn't mean I was good in sales. I could sell jewelry. I used to sell jewelry in festivals, and that wasn't the same thing. I was not going to become a millionaire selling jewelry. I understood that in the hard way, but it wasn't enough. So I just had to develop the skills. And I can tell people, one thing that you have to do when you go to start any business, you got to be able to learn every single skills. Prepare your skills every day. And you said it, become better as a person, but also professionally. You have to. It's a must.
Yeah, I know there are some of the business development that you discover that you will be doing it and it's not actually yielding. Like how do you bring income out of it without losing your soul, without burning so badly that you feel that you've been doing this thing but it's not working?
No results. Faith. That was the only thing. Because I knew God put me here. I prayed when I started as an entrepreneur. I prayed a lot. And I just had the Holy Spirit giving me the message saying, this is a vehicle for you to get to where you need to. And as I went through, I connect with a lot of people. I do a lot of networking. All the things that I do is because I network with people and I know a lot of people. But working, seeing results and still doing it, it was faith. Yeah. I knew God put me in this business. God put me in the organization with the immigrants. Like I know this is what.
It's aligned.
Yes, it's aligned.
Consistency.
So I had just the faith, and I'm like, just do it, just do it. And I have a say. I want to finish this one. I do the work, and God does the miracle.
That's it. That's what I think to everyone, if you believe that also work. And the Heroine, I want you to chip in on this because I know you all are business guru here. And tell me, what do you do? Like in the place of persistence, definitely persistence is one of them. Continuation,
yes.
Never give up. Keep doing what you're doing. But then one thing I understand is that everybody have the part that is aligned to them. Like you must know what you're good at.
That's right. Yes.
And what God is telling you. I say God because I believe in faith. That God lead you to, like what I am. My business is one of the toughest one that you have to crack and build and see what people don't see, and you put it together before it can even come for people to see that it's working. Is a lot of tasks. God sees me and know that I can do it. Most people may not be able to go through that journey. Like God sees everybody and say, oh, this one, you know how to do this, and give it to you. So once you believe that, you'll be able to walk through with patience, tolerance, persistence, and until God gets you to where He wants you to be.
And you know what? I'll just add to her story. When you come here, you're not mentally prepared that you'll be doing this particular thing because it may not work.
Yes.
My background is communication. I did my master's in public relations, English, all that. I was a journalist back home, and now here I am with a young 6 months old baby. I can't take full-time job in Toronto because most of the jobs were in Toronto and I was in Brampton. So First of all, commute. Second, where do I leave my little baby?
Yeah.
So I was stay-at-home mom. And then that was the time I realized that I have to do something with my experience, with my passion.
Reinvent yourself.
Something. And you know what, while sitting at home, we were thinking what to do. And that was the time we bought our first home in Canada. So while I was going through with the realtor, looking for homes, and looking at the homes, and then that was the time it clicked to my mind. This is something which
You can do.
yeah, which I can do. It's flexible. It's self-employment. I'll be working my hours. I don't have to be daily 9 to 5. I don't have to commute. I can only work when my husband can look after my son, and I can be there out there with my clients. So sometimes, again, God aligns you with your
Yes,
purpose.
aligns you.
And that was the beginning. That's how it started. And when I look back, it's been over 17 years now in real estate.
Nice.
Helping everybody get into their first home, helping them with their investments, upsizing, downsizing, different things that you're doing with all your clients. And it was such a big achievement when I heard from one of my clients that they said that you are my family realtor, just like a family doctor. I come to you
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yes.
you feel
Yeah, you feel that. So,
you feel accomplished that at least you did your job well.
Exactly. Before I go to Heroine Adichala, I'll read a quote from Oprah. It said, "Know what spark the light in you, and use the light to illuminate the world." You know, that light that shines in you. Discover the passion when you saw it, and then you are using it now. You know, to shine into the world and impact lives and family. So Adichala, tell us your contribution on that.
So I wanna start on the part of faith.
Faith.
God created us wonderfully. We're wonderfully made, right? And when He gives us an idea, because we think that we're thinking of those ideas, He's the one giving us the ideas.
Yeah.
If He doesn't feel we can do it, He won't give it to us in the first place. Most of the time, we second guess God, and that's when we don't do what we're supposed to do, and we waste time, right? Because God is patient. He won't force you to do anything. So it's so important when you have any inclination that comes to your mind, believe you me, God is the one leading you, period. Provided it's not something illegal. God will not lead you to something illegal. That's one. When you were talking about learning, when I was thinking, okay, what are the things that somebody should focus on? You talk about learning. I wrote willingness to learn. It doesn't matter whether you're an entrepreneur or you're even a professional, white collar job, you have to be willing to learn. During my time with RBC, 19 years working for them, I came in with my bachelor's. When I came in from Nigeria, I thought I was the best thing since sliced bread. I thought they were all just going to want to eat me up. They're, you're what we want, right? But that was not the case. So I went back to school. I did another degree. I did my executive MBA. I did professional qualification just to make sure I'm adding value to myself. So it's important for us to be willing to learn. It doesn't matter what. Also important to get mentors.
Yes.
You need to get mentors. You need to have growth mindset, and you need to be open-minded, and you need to know when to change. If things doesn't go, she was motivated by her bank account. She was also motivated by her children. If this doesn't go the way you want it to go, you gotta know when to pivot. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome. Looking at everything, I'm just, as we're talking, it came to my mind. See, I was even visualizing someone that just starts selling little things like making bakery, for example. Let's say a woman at home taking care of the children and couldn't find a job. Some braid. Do you know that braid can take you to the next level? So it must not necessarily mean that you must be high here. But what do you have to do at where you are? I remember when God told me, everything I wanted to do is on my hand. Each time I wanted to go, I go. For me, I'm a go-getter. I can get anything. I can fly and get anything. But He look at everything and say, you know what? This is what I wanted to do. And I'm still pushing. Like, see, look, everything is there. And He will give me a lesson that tells me that go back. and look into what God has given you. And that same thing is the one that keeps us where we are today.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody go through their journey, but if you can hear what God is telling you, because you know why we believe in faith? Because in your mind, when there's challenge in that situation, you know that, no, I'm not wrong. Because I was sure, I was convinced, I had a direction that this is the path I should go, even if it's not working for me.
Yes.
Right? So those are the things that encourages you, empowers you to keep moving, consistency. Thank you so much for that. And then let's look at the to be a woman in business. Let's look at women in business. It's not easy. People ask me and say, oh, how do you do it? How did your husband allow you to do all the things you're doing?
Husband.
You know, like, that's true. Like, but we know it's not easy. As a woman to navigate and all that, of course, now in a country like this where you see men has only one income cannot sustain. It's difficult.
Oh, yeah.
So women will find a way to bring something so that they can all join together, right? I want you to tell us, in your experience, is the challenges, the win, and the lesson you learn by going through the trends of entrepreneurship.
So, I'm not married. You mentioned something about, the husband, and I'm like, okay, that question might not be for me.
Before, right?
Yes, but listen, when I was married, my ex-husband, it was the kind of paycheck person. So we not get aligned. That's one of the reasons I got divorced. So I know there's a lot of challenge, and one income cannot hold the house, but I've been blessed enough to be able to support my family on my own. And the parents are not, like the fathers are not the one very supportive financially. But I just put my goals. And you said a word that I like, visualization. I visualize a lot. and that gave me that goal. Like I see myself, for example, next year, Europe 2026. And I print pictures. I do dream boards. And that helps me go through a lot of challenges and keep moving, doing it like constantly. That's not something I tell everyone that I mentor. Do your dream, write your dreams every single day. Write it down until you internalize them and you can see yourself in that future. I don't know if I'm answering your question, but
you're talking about the challenges you overcome, and then the wins and the lessons. You think that it comes with going through that. Trend.
Yeah, so it's not different like when you do and you don't see results, then we go back to that portion of the faith, of being prepared and having those skills to overcome. Everything comes together, everything aligned. And you mentioned somebody that's starting something from home. As you said, you got to start from small. Mm-hmm. So if your investment of something it doesn't have to be necessarily that big, then it will help you to maintain it.
And grow it.
And grow, exactly. Yeah.
So that makes me to want to use this quote that says, it says that do not allow setback to stop you, but make them your stepping stone, right? Walk through them as a path for you to elevate to what you want to achieve. Like I know you've not mentioned win and the lessons. So if I can hear that from any of us, that would be great.
So people go into business thinking it's going to be successful day one.
I know.
Right? That's not true. Mm-hmm. And I want to go back to the Bible, right? And I want to use Abraham. When God told him, I'm going to make you father of nations. He did not even have a child. He was 75 years old. And when Isaac was born, Abraham was 100 years old. 25 years of waiting. So what am I saying? Things don't just happen. When they tell you, get quick rich, believe you me, if it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And another thing I want to say, I tend to say two things at the same time. Another thing I want to say is you need to be consistent.
Yes.
Don't do it today and say, oh, I'm done. No. You need to be consistent. It doesn't matter whether it's non-profit that you're doing or for-profit or professional. You need to be consistent. So it's not a scheme to get rich quick, and it's not something you do one time and let it go.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
agree.
with her. You
Yeah.
should be in for a long haul. Anything you start, go for a long haul. Don't think that you have to make quick buck today
Yeah.
and then you'll forget it.
Absolutely.
That's not the way to go when you're going into a business, when you're turning your passion into a business. Think long time.
Thank you
Think
so
about supporting your customers, clients.
Persistence and consistency.
Build relationship, because that's the way to go along.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we're going into our critical and impactful moment, which I think is something that everyone has experienced in business. As long as you want to be successful, there must always be a tough time, and then you see yourself, moving, and there's always a sweet time that say, "Yay, God, I thank you. You have done it again." So I want our guests to tell us any critical moment that you've experienced, that you have faced, that made you even stronger now, believing in what you do, but even more like never before.
I remember like yesterday when I was laying in my bed and I knew the money of my mortgage was coming out and I did not have money for nothing else. And I was crying because that month I worked like heck, like I worked a lot. And there was a lot of setbacks on the business, and it was the money, at least I had the money for the mortgage, but I knew there was no milk on my fridge. And my kids wake up for cereal every morning. And that day, money from GST came. Because I never know when
That's a miracle.
that was God. That was God. And it was $216. I remember it. And it wasn't a lot of money. But for somebody who had nothing.
And you remember the exact amount.
Exact amount. I remember it.
Yeah.
And I at that time, that's when my faith would start getting stronger, because today was when I was listening in prayers, and I'm like, God, I do know that you had shown me your way many times and that you're always there. So I'm not gonna get worried about nothing. I'm just gonna do the work.
That's very nice.
So
of you.
it was like
But I don't know
tough.
Heroine Mokshi.
Yeah.
Just
so
few minutes.
if you talk about something like this, which you can really, just like you recalled, and you know exactly, that moment was for me from the city of Brampton. I got a Citizen Award in the inspiration category, which I was not even thinking. And that was the work that we have done. So inspiring women.
I know that.
Yeah.
You don't even know you were doing anything impactful.
Exactly.
That people have seen, like suddenly, boom.
recognizing you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that took 12 years. It's not that it just happened overnight. Nothing happened overnight.
Nothing.
It takes time, the persistence, the work that you do, and finally you're recognized for the work that you're doing. So I always say that go for a long haul. Don't think about just this quick money and small.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay,
Good for
so
you.
Now we're gonna go to the heroine of the week. The heroine of the week. We're gonna celebrate Maria Carolina as the heroine of the week.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I know you've worked so much in the area of business. How you have even mentored your faith and the charisma you have to let people believe that it can work. And being successful in what you do is a note that it's not a day job. And I want to say that we see what you're doing, how you've been working with the immigrant women, how you take it as a responsibility to guide them. I remember even when Sophie issue, like you went all the way, brought the things that were shared. It takes a lot of effort, and that's come from the heart. So looking at your bio here, we want to say that You have done so much. And in the heart of God, the faith heart you have to inspire people goes a long way. So we want to celebrate you as the heroine of the week. We honor you today. And we know that God will continue to honor you for what you do. Because for those who give back, they will receive in return in measures that they can never count. So the heroines.
Just want to say congratulations. And like I tell everybody that gets this honor, when we appreciate you, we're saying, do more.
Awesome. Yes.
The community
Encourage me. Yes.
Keep crushing it.
Yes. Keep doing it.
Yes.
Keep doing it.
And I would just like to add that your network is your net worth. So if you are working with your network, that's your net worth. You will achieve more with that.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel so honored with all of you ladies. And I feel like enriched, with all these comments and learning from each other.
Yes. So despite the fact that we know you are a financial expert, you're also an architect. Architect. So you wear so many umbrellas, but we want to appreciate that you're able to humble yourself in a way that everybody, both the vulnerable, those are mighty, they receive you. And today we celebrate you. Hey!
Thank you.
So thank you so much. We're going to continue. We're going to have a takeaway on what we have talked so far. So I will start from Heroine Adeshola. Let us know what you want the viewers to take home.
Well, we've said a lot of things. I would just say, when you start something, it will take time before you see the results. So keep at it. You will get there. And be the best version of yourself, nobody else. Don't compare.
Thank you. Heroine Mercy?
Yes, I would just end by saying that, as I just mentioned, that your network is your net worth. Try to help people, build a community where they are supporting you, your cause, your business, and follow your passion. That's going to bring you the profit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I can tell you, just to add and not to repeat, get a mentor for your life, for your professional life and your spiritual life. And do not isolate yourself if you feel that things are not going the way you want to, or, you feel going through a lot of challenges. Because when you isolate yourself, your mind is not able to give you answers. But if you connect with people like these ladies that are wanting to see you, successful, empowering you, lifting you up, that will definitely give you guidance to continue moving forward and to get that consistency and persistency in a business.
Thank you so much. I would say believe in yourself, take a leap and turn your passion into profit. It's possible, but you have to be persistent. And I want to thank all the heroines today and our special guest. Thank you so much for joining us.
And we do have a phrase that we say, and it goes like this. Don't forget the heroine and heroes in you.
Thank you, viewer. I'll see you next time. Please don't like, subscribe, and follow our YouTube at Black Community Canada Television. Thank you.
Good.